everybody, to the TuVues podcast. Happy to be with y'all once again on this beautiful day as we go into this holiday season. But I want to start off real quick by saying something just real quick, KFG, if you don't mind. You mind?
Go ahead. Go
It's
for
great
it, buddy.
to be Michigan Wolverine is great to be Michigan Wolverine is great to be. Yeah, this coming after we beat Ohio State for the third year in a row on our
Bro, you
way
need
to
to
the
grow up.
national the Big Ten championship. Just happy to be with y'all on today because we have a better record than Ohio State and Notre Dame. So I'm kind of happy right now.
I don't even know what to
Welcome
say.
to the
I don't even know
welcome
what
to
to
the
say.
podcast, man. I'm Dr. Keith, man. Just happy to be with y'all again today, man. It's been a beautiful weekend. Speak to him, KFG.
Man, it's your boy KLG, man. Hey, I'm just glad to have my microphone back. Last week I was struggling without my mic, man. I was glad to have my mic back. But man, solid week, man. Everything been great. Thanksgiving was good, man. Solid. Hey, the King boys did they thing on that Thanksgiving dinner, your boy.
I heard.
Hey, me, Curtis, Anthony, JoJo. Hey, JoJo cabbage was fire though. JoJo
I
that
ain't
made
probably
some
better
fire
than
cabbage, bro.
JoJo.
That was fire, man. Anthony made some solid dressing, man. Kurt had the reels and deviled egg, man. Hey, it wasn't our Curtis King food, bro, but we did our thing, bro. We did our thing.
Uncle Benny called Mama talking about it. I was at Mama's house. Him talking about how y'all threw down, man. That caramel cake looked good for the first Thanksgiving ever. You know, your caramel cake looked good. I got to taste
That's
my
grandma
mom caramel cake for the first time. So yeah, so it sounded like y'all
for
threw
the
down, man.
first.
Uncle Benny was
Hey, did y'all
for the
hear what he
first time.
just said, bro?
For the first
He had
time.
mom's caramel cake for the first time, bro, and now
Yeah,
he's addicted. He addicted,
I mean,
bro.
I'm not really a eater of homemade cakes. But man, I've been missing out for almost 40 years, bro. Almost 40 years I've
Bro,
been missing out
40
on the caramel
years,
cake, man.
bro. Hey, but I made a caramel cake. My first one, man, I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened, man. But boy, my
Eureka?
nieces, boy, no, I'm talking about Eureka. That's a whole different story. This one, man, the two I made this for Thanksgiving though. Hey, they both was solid though, man. But that caramel from that first one, actual nieces and nephews. They said, "Ooh, yeah, that's grandma caramel."
Mm-hmm. Man, I thought you
That's
was
grandma
tripping when you
caramel.
talk about how good the
Yeah,
caramel was. But man, she made
no.
even Amanda was like, man, that's some good caramel cake, man.
But I bet y'all had yellow cake, didn't y'all? I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gotta try it with
And I'm
white
telling
cake, bro.
you not finna mess up mama recipe with no white cake, cinnamon, and nothing, whatever else you put in your stuff.
Bro.
You know, we keep the yellow cake, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna cook it for y'all. Y'all tell me.
So
Tell me.
I was telling man, this is what we should do. Like, okay, next Thanksgiving, since we all gonna probably get together for next Thanksgiving, you make your caramel cake with your white cake, and I'm gonna make mama's with the yellow cake and see who tastes better.
No. I'm gonna make mine, and mama's gonna make mama's. You ain't making nothing. Mama gonna make mama's.
I know the recipe now.
Yeah, but you ain't never done it before, homie. No,
Okay.
we're not doing it. Unless you practice before. I can tell you right now, you gonna overcook the cake, famo. I know you're gonna overcook the cake.
Bro, I'm gonna practice. I got this. I'm gonna perfect it before next Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna cook mine, and mama gonna cook theirs. We're gonna do a blind taste testing because the people say my white cake, they can be like, oh, that's Kevin's. Blind taste testing. Mama yellow cake versus my white cake. And I bet you I get her.
So you saying you better than the queen? Nah, bro. I can better do it.
Hey, you better ask your nieces and nephews.
You ain't better than the queen, bro.
Okay.
Can't get that to you.
Okay. All right, man. We back. TuVues podcast, man. Man, season 2, man. We're gonna rock this one out, man. But we're gonna jump right into this one, man. We're gonna go to how we started off, Key. How we start this thing off?
With KFG's top 5.
Can you dig it? Suckers! Hey, that's one of my favorite wrestlers, man. So, hey, today's top 5, bro. We're gonna go with top 5 comedians all time. Top 5 comedians of all time. Now,
let's clarify,
like you said,
Kev.
Go ahead.
So clarify. Go ahead. My fault.
No, go ahead. Clarify. Go ahead.
So clarifying, we're not talking about only stand-up comedians. We're talking about comedians in general, whether that's on a big screen, small screen, stand-up, what have you. So there's a ton of them out there, and this list's gonna look different for every. I don't think there's one person that's gonna have the same list when you do this one. So we just gonna give y'all ours.
I think all mine are stand up based. They did movies, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of mine are stand up based. You go first, man. I'm gonna let you go first.
All right, I'll kick it off. I got man, I can have about 30 honorable mentions, but I'm gonna just give it two. Actually, can I get a four because I think it's one that I think you ain't gonna have that I think should get some kudos because he is funny. So my honorable mentions, I got Damon Wayne. I think he's underrated in his comedy. Jim Gaffigan. You probably don't even know who that is. Look him up. He's hilarious, man. Earthquake. And then
That's a good one.
my favorite right now, Carlos Miller. All right, Carlos Miller right now is probably my favorite person stand-up wise, and just in the comedy game in general. But I had to put him on my honorable mention list today. I think those four don't get their flowers, but I think they're pretty funny. Now, so let's get into my list. My number 5 is one everybody familiar with. Probably won't make some of y'all list, but he gonna make mine because I don't. Everything he do tends to be hilarious. So my number 5 is Jim Carrey. So I'll put Jim Carrey as my number 5. Number 4, I got Lavelle Crawford.
Oh, I
That's my
forgot
number
about
4.
Lavelle.
Got Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle so funny.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, and Lavelle could be interchangeable between my 3 and 4 on this one because my 3 is Red Fox. All right, so I got Red Fox as my 3. My number 2, and you're gonna think I'm crazy. My number 2 is Martin Lawrence. When it comes to the comedy game, I know what we know right now is his movie game and things like that. But when it comes to
though,
look at it, Def Jam. When you look at his comedy, whether it's from Martin, whether it's from Run Till That, man, he one of my favorite comedians of all time. So I had to give it to him. And
Martin's solid. He's solid. That's a solid one. But I don't know if I'll put him in my top 5.
2 and my number 1, you already know who my number 1 is. Uncle Bernie. Bernie Mac, my number 1 comedian of all time.
I can't believe I can't believe I ain't got him on my list, bro.
You what?
I'm ashamed of myself, bro. I am ashamed of myself, bro. Hey, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself, bro. I'm gonna say it. I'm ashamed of myself.
Bro, how you miss out on
myself, bro? I don't know, bro. I'm ashamed of myself,
hey, man,
bro.
Podcast over, man. We out. TuVues, man.
I said I ashamed of myself, man. I forgot all about Bernie, man. I'm ashamed of myself on Bernie.
Is the greatest comedian of all time. I mean,
yeah, I'm bogus.
I just think about you bogus for real. I just think about man, but some of the stuff he said right now, he said nowadays he'd be canceled like a mother.
It's a rap. It's a rap.
But
Bernie would be no good.
Mac is the greatest. But like I said, this is interchangeable with anyone. It can be different, but if you leave Bernie Mac off, I think you got some issues. And I think Kev G got some issues. So I'm letting him go next. I want to hear his list now.
I kind of want to put him in and drop everybody down a notch. Drop everybody down the spot.
I want to hear your list now, bro.
All right, man. All right, man. So I got 3 honorable mentions I got right now. I'm ashamed of myself about Bernie though. My first honorable mention is Carlos Miller. I agree with you. Like, he might not be the most famous. Shout out to 85 South Show, man, but he might not be. He might not be the most famous of the 85 South team, but he by far the funniest. He's by far the funniest. Like, everybody loves DC. Everybody love DC. I love DC too, man. Solid. Everybody love Chico. Carlos by far the best on that squad. Man. Like, by far.
Man. Have you heard his stand up though? Have you watched the stand up? Carlos hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. My other mention is Robin Harris, man. Robin Harris from the daddy from House Party. Okay. Hilarious, bro. His stand up is hilarious, bro. And then somebody he got on this, which I was kind of like, man, why he didn't got him as an honorable mention? Pryor, man. Richard Pryor has to be on this list, man.
Y'all gonna say people gonna think I'm crazy, Kev. If I was to make a top 10, he may make it.
That's pushing it, bro. That's pushing it.
May make it. I had some more. I was like, man.
the more I'm thinking about Bernie, man, my number one is going. I love
Yeah,
my
come
number
on,
one though,
bring
man.
it, bring it, bro.
I love my number one, so I'm just gonna go. So now let's give me my top five, man. So I'm gonna start off and go with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is my five. Like Eddie Murphy stand up is classic, bro. His stand ups are classic.
Yeah,
I don't know how
you
you
right.
not have and his movies classics, bro. I don't know how you
They
not have
are.
Eddie Murphy.
Nah, I'm good with my
After
list. I'm
that,
good.
I got Red Fox. I do got Red Fox in my top five, man. He hilarious, man. Everybody known for Sanford and Son. No, the man stand up. Red Fox stand up is solid. Then I got Kevin Hart. I got Kevin Hart as my three. Kevin Hart is funny. Some of y'all be out there hating on Kevin Hart, man. Just because you don't like bro, don't mean he ain't funny, bro. Like y'all
Yeah,
be
I'm
hating on
with you.
Kevin
Yep.
Hart. Kevin Hart hilarious, bro.
Yeah, Kevin
And then
Hart funny.
somebody you didn't.
Like I said, he could be up there. Like I said, like this list could be different. I didn't even think about like putting Kevin Hart up there, but the dude gonna go down as one of the greats. Period.
Yeah. And my number two on the list that you ain't even got an honorable mention. I am ashamed of you on this. Not
Oh,
as
you
ashamed as
can't
I
say
am on
nothing to
Bernie.
you, Matt Bernie. Yeah,
Not
you
as
can't
ashamed
say
of Bernie.
nothing.
Bro, you gotta have Chappelle on this list, bro.
Nah,
You gotta have
okay.
Chappelle on you
Listen,
gotta have Chappelle on this list.
y'all gonna think I'm crazy,
So you gonna
but
tell
I'm
me
not
he won't make your top 10 either?
not a Chappelle fan, kid.
Bro, you
Like I like
bugging.
not as like I know he
Bugging,
has
bro.
a big fan base and people love him and you like people like you think he's funny. I just
That
that just
Chappelle
ain't
funny, bro.
my cup of tea, man.
And my number one,
Bro, don't
I just like bro. I like this comedian, man. I
just
think
bring it,
he's
man.
fun. I think he's funny, man. Steve Harvey is my one. Steve Harvey is my one. Steve Harvey is my one. Now, if I go back and do this list, Bernie would be my one. If I go back and do my list, Bernie would be my one.
Bro.
Hey, I've seen Steve Harvey. I've been watching Steve Harvey for years,
No,
man. Steve
Steve
Harvey,
funny.
funny,
I love
bro.
Steve too. Shout out to Steve, man. But
Steve.
Kev,
Hey,
you didn't
I
put
forgot about.
Bernie on there. You didn't put Martin. Bro.
Hey, you hold on. You think Martin funnier than Steve?
100%.
Nah. Martin ain't funnier than Steve, bro.
Comment down in the
Bro,
comments.
Martin not funnier than
Comments
Steve, bro.
below. Steve or Martin.
Martin is
Comment in
not
the comments
funnier than
below.
Steve, bro. I'm not going for that.
Comments
I'm not going
below.
for that.
Well,
Martin
but of
is
everybody on
not
your
funnier than
list, you put
Steve,
him
bro.
above Red Fox.
Yeah. Hey, you know who else funny, bro? Who probably wouldn't
Shout out
make
to
your
Uncle
top
Steve
10
though,
either.
man. I ain't hating on you, Uncle Steve. It's just a list, man.
Hey, but somebody that's funny that you might not have on, you probably not your top 10 either. Man, I don't know if it'll be in my top 10 either, but funny though, Deion Cole is funny, bro.
Yeah, Deion Cole.
Deion
It's
Cole
funny.
is funny, bro.
Like I said, this list gets jumbled. Like when you get to a certain point, man, you start thinking about everybody in the game. Like man, like I was even thinking about
Eddie Griffin.
what's his name? Shoot, the one that had said the Mike Tyson joke. He said, I'm gonna call you what I'm gonna call you. He said, what's up, big what's it big he
Killer?
said Bruce. He said,
Oh, yeah,
he
Bruce.
said what's up, big Bruce? I said, what's up, killer?
Oh. Yeah, man, like
It's a
Eddie
lot,
Griffin
man.
is funny. Like yeah, there's a lot of them out there that's just funny. If anybody got Mike Epps on their list, you bogus. Mike Epps will not make my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's good at movies. He's funny in movies. He's great movie comic.
Yeah.
Stand up. He's not great to me in stand up. So I wouldn't put him in my top. Wanda Sykes is good too, though.
Yeah, I think if we make this a stand up list, I think my list completely changes, right? Because honestly, Cheryl Underwood is up there. Like if it was stand up, it'd be completely different because you have some women comedian up there that have you die and laugh. And we went and saw
even Monique decent. Monique's good too.
Nah, bro, I'm passing out.
Her stand up decent.
Even though I should love Monique. Who did we go see the other day? But yeah, there's some women comedians out there that could be high up on this list too. But like I said, if it goes to stand up, if it's straight stand up, there's a couple people that wouldn't even be on my list. Because they stand up is but they all around comedic package is just good, man.
I'm trying to think of your list. I don't know anybody that'll take on your list that stand up not good though. Who on your list stand
Jim
up's not
Carrey,
good though?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
He's a more
yeah,
improv actor, improvinish,
yeah.
but yeah, but
I can see
I
that.
never
Yeah,
heard Damon
but that's the
Wayans
only
real
one.
stand up.
Yeah, you
Damon
never
Wayans,
really
I
heard.
really
That's true.
really heard his stand up, but he's funny, man.
I thought his brother's stand up special was kind of decent. He just loud and over. He overdo it sometimes. The younger brother Marlon. I thought his recent
Yeah.
stand up was decent. Hey, and Chris Rock would be in my top 10. I don't like Chris Rock at all. His stand up at all,
Yeah.
bro. But his
Nah.
last
But you
special
got
was funny though. But
yeah. You got Ali Sadiq, you can be up there. You got Bubba Dub. Like there's some like I know they're newer, but there's some
Gary,
stand-ups out there. Gary Owens, like there's some stand-ups out there that'll Gary, if it was stand-up, Gary would be pretty high on my list, bro. I'm not even gonna lie
Gary's
to you.
funny, bro.
I watch him on YouTube almost every day. So yeah, man. So like I said, if this was straight stand-up, my list would be a lot different. It'd be a lot different.
For sure. Hey man, that's the top 5, man. Yeah, it's gonna vary, man. But again, I won't say rest in peace, B Mac, man. Should have been in my top of my list, man. You should have been like that. That's my bad. That's
Man,
my bad. I miss Bernie,
I can't,
bro.
bro. I can't. That one you lose coup points for that one, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bogus. All
Hey
right, man.
man,
Hey,
you
let us
know
know what's
what?
our top.
I just realized.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, my fault.
No, you go ahead, man. Go.
No, it was about the next segment.
Oh man, y'all top 5, man. Let us know what y'all's is. Critique us on ours, man. Don't come too hard at me about the Bernie, man, because I'm already admitting that I'm bogus. I don't need y'all to tell me I'm bogus. I already know I'm bogus. All right, but Keith did tell
Yeah,
y'all do what? Steve or Martin? Steve
Steve
Harvey or
Martin.
Martin Lawrence? I want to hear what
Yep.
y'all got to say about this. So
Because
man, let's move.
I think you insane. So we're gonna put a poll out. I was just comment in the
Poll up,
comment
man.
section. Hey man, we may need to skip over the dad jokes, man. I accidentally deleted them.
I delete the
I
dad
deleted
jokes,
my.
bro. That's everybody.
I don't know. I'm looking for them now, man. I put the stats on here and hold on, man. Give me a couple seconds, man.
Man, I gonna mess up your own segment, Moff. That's sad.
Man. Let me give.
That's good. You know what?
No,
That's because you got Martin over Steve Harvey. I think that's why you deleted him. I think that's God trying to say something.
bro. Hold on. No, I ain't God. I had some good ones today too. I can't believe I deleted my dad jokes.
Where your cards at?
Damn,
You got
that's
the
a good one.
cards?
Yeah, they downstairs in my backpack though. But man, kid, I had some real good ones today, bro. Some real good ones.
Hey, y'all boo this man for not having his dad jokes, man.
Man, hold on, man. Pause the podcast for a second. I'm gonna find them.
I don't know if I can pause it though. I don't think I can
Let me
pause it, bro.
see.
I don't think I can stop it.
Dang. Man, I had 3 good ones. I can't believe I deleted them. I'm trying to do a go back on it and I can't find them.
Man, Google some good ones, man.
That's why I'm looking them up now. Hold on.
At least one.
Oh, here you go. Here, I got one for you, bro. Okay, check it out. You American,
Okay.
right?
Dr. Davis' dad jokes. Since this fool want to forget and not have them.
All right.
Go, man. I know I'm not going to laugh at it now.
You American, right? All right. You go to the bathroom. You come out. But what was you doing while you was in there? European.
This boy's stupid.
Hey, that was a good one. Don't say one a good one.
That was a good one, bro.
Say one a good one.
That
Right,
was a good one.
I'm in while I'm ahead.
Hey, man. Comment on the Dr. Davis dad jokes, man. What y'all thought about this dad joke, man? It was a good one. It was one of your better ones over the time we've been doing this segment. It's one of your
Kev,
better ones.
I had that one and two other good ones, man. I'm looking on my notes. I can't even go back and do a redo and find them. I had some good ones, bro.
Your question are good and my question are good are two different levels.
Hey, European.
You stupid. I don't know why I didn't get that one.
Right.
I should have got that one.
I thought you would have got it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. This Dr. Davis dad jokes, man. Since he forgot the other ones, man. Old waffle maker head.
Ooh,
So yeah, comment on that on the dad jokes. Let us know what you think about it. Man, we like hearing from y'all, man. So hit us up, man. Let us know what you think.
Yes, sir. I promise y'all,
All
man, I won't fail next week. My apologies. But I think that's a home run though, so I'm good.
All right, man. Let's jump into the topic, man. Today we're gonna talk about how do we deal with the holidays, the emotions of the holidays. So many people go through so many different things in certain situations, and good, bad, indifferent. How we maneuver through these times that can be either joyous or for some people it could be really a rough time. I know Thanksgiving just passed, and I know people. Some people had a rough time with it. Some people had a blast. And just how do we deal with these holidays, this holiday time period, and not only how do we deal with it, but how do we support people that are not doing well with it, right? So, I'm gonna get to this topic and talk about it. So, start out with the first question, man. The first bullet point is, how do we deal with the stresses of the holidays, of holiday season? Like, how do we, for instance, Christmas time right now, man, you got to worry about financial, how to get presents, how you're going to visit people, how you're going to maneuver. Some people deal with deaths and how somebody's no longer here, how to emotionally, how that emotionally affects them, and how these holidays might bring back some a bad feeling, some pain. So what are some stressors during the holidays?
I think you hit on some of the major ones, but then we need to talk about some that are unseen. So we know the biggest one during this particular holiday season, it could be the financial piece of being able to provide. So this is definitely a season of giving, and so everybody tends to want to go out their way and do their best to be able to give to those that they love. So finances become a real important issue and a big problem throughout this season, going into a few months of next year. And so finances is a good one. You also mentioned people who connect these events and these seasons with other traumas. And so maybe it's a death, maybe it's a financial loss, a physical loss, and so that happened during this season. So it connects this person mentally to this season, to this person mentally. And I think one that we miss out on is the people who have mental health stressors already, and it's compounded during this time. And I think they kind of get forgotten too, because sometimes anything can be a trigger for that mental stress or that mental illness. And so we got to make sure we care for these people and care for ourselves during this time. But there are a lot of various things that affect this. The need to want to provide, the need to want to give, the want to be satisfied personally, the want to achieve. There's a lot of things that allow us to get down during this season. So I put on that second bullet point, Kev. I started to think about this when my friend gave me this topic.
Well,
I started thinking
before
about.
you go to
Go ahead.
before you go to the
Go ahead.
second bullet point, I want to say start with the financial pressures. Real quick on the financial pressures is that we try so hard to do certain things for holidays that it creates a snowball, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We put ourselves so much in a bind during the holiday season, and I'm one of those people, right? Put yourself in so much of a bind during the holiday season that you're trying to recover the rest of the year because of what you did during the holidays, right? And then it comes right back around. You right back at Christmas, and it's like, I got to do this over again. And that snowball never melts, right? You just keep adding onto the snowball. So we got to be cognizant of that. But another thing that I want to talk about stressors is those that are less fortunate, those that don't have much or anything, the homeless, the poor, those people that don't have anything to give or anything to get, right? That could be a stressor that can cause mental health issues for those people. And just want to make sure be cognizant of those people that have less than. If you can support them and do things for them, please do. Help out as much as you can.
And I'll talk about this a little later too, but I think we're starting to also during this time, and because there's 4 big celebrations during this time period. We just got through one Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And I think we start to lose I think the reason why the stressors come also is that we start to lose the reason behind the holiday, right? We start to lose the fact that the reason why we started celebrating Thanksgiving as a time to give thanks is also a time to break bread, right? It was also a time where the real part of the real heart of Thanksgiving is literally sharing, right? It's sharing with the less fortunate. Think about it. So if you think about the historical context of Thanksgiving, it was a time for 2 groups to share. It wasn't about the eating. It wasn't really about the giving thanks. It was about the commonality in sharing with one another and making sure each other were taken care of. Right? And so when we look at these holidays and we look at the reasoning and the history behind them, and we keep that in the forefront of why we're doing this, it'll take a lot of pressure off. It take off the need for financial pressure, mental pressure. I think the one that's the most difficult to deal with is the one where it's connected to another trauma. I think that's the hardest piece, right? Because if you had a death during this time, it's so hard not to disconnect that. But I think in some of the
Or
other
and a death doesn't have to be during this time. It could be a death of somebody super close that you spent this time. You did a lot during this time, right? And now the person no longer here, right? That's hard, right? When these special times come around and they're no longer there.
Yeah, when it's connected to a trauma, I think it's always hard. I think that's what we get to making sure we're taking care of others. But I think when it comes to financial and the meat of the holidays, I think we have to take out of the element of needing to or and wanting to. Rather, we're missing some of the key components, and we can go through all the holidays and talk about what the key components of them are. But if we keep the concept of the holidays in perspective, then it's easier for us to get through it and then acknowledge it and then celebrate with one another. But so often, we celebrate in a way that is not conducive to our mental health, and so we just got to be cognizant of the reason why we participate in these holidays.
Yeah, I know you want to get to the second bullet point, but I just want to talk about Christmas. If you're not a Christian and you don't believe in this, doesn't matter to me because it's the truth that I'm saying anyway. Christmas is based on the birth of Jesus Christ, right? And that's what we celebrate. But if you don't, it's still more blessed to give than receive. Christmas is about giving, and I think we've lost, especially with our kids. They're so, and I don't think it's nothing new. I think it's been this way for years. They're so worried about getting. If you have a kid, man, this is just my thing. I want to say real quick is that have them give before they get. Right? Make sure they give before they get anything, right? So that make that a staple in what you do every Christmas.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned that about Christmas because, like you said, we're unapologetically Christian, so we do believe that this is the time when we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. But I do also want to give a little perspective, whether you believe or not, and I'm gonna push back a little bit. The meaning of Christmas isn't to celebrate birth of Christ. No, the meaning of Christmas is to celebrate what was given to us, right? It's a celebration of giving, right? If you're a Christian like we are, the Christ was given to us. So we celebrate the giving of Christ to us. And that's why we give. And so I think if you just celebrate Christmas in a secular form, which that's your field by all means, we have to remember what Kevin said. This is a season of giving. But with that, giving doesn't have a price tag, right? Giving doesn't have to be purchased, right? It does not have to be purchased. I'm a giver. I'm not really a present receiver, but just your time can be just enough that you give. And so we create some of these stressors because we try to meet what society says these holidays mean. But if we go to the meat of what these holidays mean, then we'll know that, man, it's a blessing to be in front of you and to honor you in whatever way the holiday is asking us to, right? That's where the celebration comes. But we're so caught up in the secular Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Shout out Cyber Monday today, Cyber Monday. But we need to get all these gifts and make sure we have the best gift. No, you don't. And I think we're creating a world where the tangible things are becoming more valuable than the intangible ones. And that's not a way we want to go.
I agree.
And so I started when this topic was given to me, I was like, this is a great topic because a lot of people are going to go through a lot of stress, a lot of mental illness, a lot of things during this time period. And don't think you're not immune. Don't think you're immune to it, right? Don't think that you're super immune. But I started thinking about Christmas movie villains. I started thinking about the Grinch. I started thinking about the Abominable Snowman. I started to think about Frost on Santa Claus. And you know what they all have in common? Trauma. They all have in common trauma that led them to this deep-seated hatred for the season, for the individual, for the they have a trauma. It wasn't like they weren't born with this I just don't like Christmas. No, something happened to them that made them connect the holiday with their trauma. And that's where and so if we look at I even think about Mr. Scrooge. It's connected to a trauma. And so if we think about that, we think about our biggest Mr. Scrooge in our life, whether it's our boss, whether it's our family members, and why they may not be happy during the season, it could be because of a trauma. And so this has to be a time period where we show some compassion. Right. The reason why the Grinch was able to overcome, the reason why the Scrooge was able to overcome, and Frost, because somebody in their storyline had compassion and tried to understand them and what got them that way and what caused their trauma. So these weren't bad guys. These guys wasn't group. Even I think about what I said one of my favorite movie was, and you hate it. You know what I'm finna say which movie? What
That
movie you? I
Christmas
said
with
you.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson movie.
Fat
Trash.
Man. I love Fat Man. I think
Tragedy.
Fat Man was a great movie. I thought Fat Man was a great movie.
Trash.
But even the assassin who went after him and Fat Man, had a childhood trauma. And so if we have a little bit of compassion and try to see why is this person feel this way, and I love you, I'm thinking about you, um, a Merry Christmas could go a long way for these people because they have to find some way to disassociate their trauma with the holiday, and it can be you. You could be the person that helped them disassociate their trauma from the holiday. But so often we meet them with the same energy, right? That's not helping you or them. And so I just want to say this is also a time of not only giving, not only thanks, not only sharing, but it's a time of compassion. And that's for those who are going through trauma or have difficulties during the season, because we need to celebrate the seasons for what they are.
And to piggyback off that, like you can be what changes a situation. And your attitude and the way you carry yourself, even if you have trauma, the way you carry yourself can change the whole dynamic. And it makes me think about my favorite Christmas movie of all time, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Right?
Yeah, it's my
He
favorite.
thought
Yeah,
he was
we
gonna
agree
get
with
that.
that one.
He thought he was gonna get that swimming pool, right? And he did, or the check. He didn't get the check like he thought he was gonna get. Couldn't get the swimming pool. But man, Clark did everything he could to try to still make that Christmas a great Christmas. He didn't let how everything went bad for him try to well, eventually he snapped off, man. He beat up those those
Yeah.
decorations, man. But he tried his best, right, to make sure everybody had a great time, even though he wasn't feeling the best. So even if it's time, even if you have trauma, um, so it's hard, but sometimes the way you carry yourself through that trauma and through how you feeling can be a beacon of light to somebody else who's also dealing with trauma, who's always also is having it hard during that period. Um, it's easier said than done, right? It's easier to say, okay, I'm gonna try to be happy and cheerful when I'm burning up inside, when I'm being like this is destroying me. But you don't understand how your trauma and you seeing the light through your trauma can actually help somebody who's battling an issue, right?
Mhm.
So always consider that.
And yes, and you know that's what it comes to. Like you have to consider, like about being that beacon of light. And so this is a time for let's just be. This is what this time for. This is time for sharing. This is not only time for sharing, gift giving, but this is time for understanding. This is a time for forgiveness, and this is a time for renewal. This is the perfect time for, and we're speaking right now directly to the people who connected with trauma, correct? Or who have that connection, who can be that beacon of light. This also can be a time for renewal for these people, right? This is a time to connect a new memory, to make a new memory, right? To think about the great positive times that you had with the one that you lost. And so we gotta. I just want to make sure I'm being clear about looking at the whole gamut of what these seasons are about and the effect that they have on you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Um, and if this season is stressing you out, if this season is causing a mental distress or mental breakdown, um, there's two things. I'm gonna say this, and you can agree or disagree. I think either one, you need support, and no TuVues are always gonna be here for you to support you, or two, you doing it wrong. Right. I think one, you need that support. I think we struggle on getting support when we need it, um, and getting a shoulder to cry on, or a psychiatrist, or a family member, or somebody to help support us, help think through things. But I think you also can be. I think outside of that, if if you're not having any mental difficulties or you're stressed about finances, I think you're doing it wrong. I think you're doing these seasons wrong. I think you're putting too much value in the thing than the action, right? These seasons, these holidays are about action, not about tangible things. And so those are my two things. I think those are two things that affect you during this time period.
And so keep mentioning those things about giving, understanding forgiveness and renewal. I'm a believer in nothing happens. Well, maybe not say that. Yeah, I believe nothing happens by chance, right? And we're talking about the United States right now, right? There, I believe there's a reason why these holidays are in the winter, a dead season, right?
Yes.
I think
Mhm.
there's a reason why it's in a dead season. It's when people need the most love, support, when things are just dead in their lives, or things just seem to go array. And it seems like in these holidays and these seasons where people have the most issues in this dead period, this winter period. Even like we got Thanksgiving, was fall, but it'd be cold up here, so it's winter. Christmas, even Hanukkah, if you celebrated Kwanzaa, and then even Valentine's Day, right? It's all in this dead season, and it's supposed to be about giving and love and support. I think that those holidays were placed in these positions for a reason,
Mhm.
because renewal, the refreshing, the greenery, the light is up next, right? Prepare yourself, renew yourself, revigorate yourself, so that you can go into this new growth season, right? You go into the spring season of growth and maturity and blossoming. So that's why it's important during these times for not only to renew yourself and know what these holidays are about, and be the type of person, but to people that you know need that support. It's important for you to get them through this dead season. It's important for you to
Yeah.
support them through this dead season, to connect with them and say, you know what, the sun is on the other side, right? The warm air, the blossoming of the flowers, the buzzing of the insect, which about insects, but it's right around the corner, man. There's light on the other side, right? And it's important that we like support each other through the process. I hate these gestures on this iPhone. Support through the process, right? So um we can get to the other side together, man, and grow together and find peace and tranquility in everything that we do. So it's a reason why this is a dead season, and we gotta look at it that way. So during the dead season, we need to find the love and joy through it.
Yep. And I think that's a great point. I think and it's in a great position because you have Thanksgiving sharing, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all those great holidays, giving, New Year's Eve, renewal, Valentine's Day, love. Then you got the spring holidays, rebirth. Right? I think it's strategically placed that way, like you said, for a reason. But I think that one of the greatest things you said is that we need these things. We need to focus on these things in the meat of these holidays to get us through what could be a dead season, right? This is a season where that it's gloomy, it's muggy. There's a lot of time inside, right? Um, to be alone with your thoughts, to be alone with the situation, to be alone with issues. And I think this just gives us things to really think about and be happy for during what could be dark and difficult times for us as people. And so yeah, I think this is important that we understand that the things these elements can get us through what is considered a dead season.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about people that dealing with people that have died, deceased, people close to them, and how when they come to these seasons, how rough it is for them. I mean, we lost some aunts. Um, we know we got friends that have lost their mothers. And some people close to them. And some of them take it pretty hard during these holiday seasons. And trying to understand and figure out how to support, what to say, what not to say. It ain't. It sounds easy, like we want to support them. What is that, right? What is supporting somebody who is truly um battling losing somebody during a period of time? And what I think is two things for me. Um, well, it's really one thing for me when it comes to people with the battling this is my type of support is being available. sometimes we don't always have the words, right? We don't always have the words to say. We don't want to trigger them any further. Um, but making yourself available for those people, for that person to say, hey, I know this is tough for you. I'm only one call away. My door is always open. You need me, I got you. That type of support. You don't always have to be the person that I'm gonna pray for you and your family, which you should anyway. But you want to do all this extraness, but I pray for you and think I am here for you, whatever that means, right? I'm not gonna tell you what support for you means for you, but I'm making myself available
Mm-hmm.
for whatever you need, right? Like we always say, I always say to friends that have lost their parents, like as long as my mama here, you right. I don't say that, but that's how I feel. Like as long as my mama here, I mean, I'll share my mom with you all day, every day, man. But you can't replace a mom, right? You can't replace a dad. But so it's hard to say those things, unless you're invited to say them. But I think just the key thing is to be available. If they just want to, man, come and have a sip and just, man, talk to you and just, chill out and be emotional about it, hey, come on over. I mean, let's hang out. Let's go out, whatever. What do you need to get you through this time, man? Support systems are key. Support systems are so key. And sometimes we
Yeah.
forget that we always want to, especially during the holiday season, we get too deep into our web of stuff, right? Or we're doing, our cooking, our gift buying, and we neglect those people that are having a hard time. We neglect them in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of being there, being available for them. So as much as you can this holiday season, maybe they might not need you. They might, but be available. Phone, door, knock on the door, whatever. Be available to those people that you know that this is tough for during the holiday season.
Yep. The number one gift you can give is time, right? And if you think about time, it's the one thing you can give and can get back, right? It's the one thing you can give freely. And sometimes we think we need to be there for somebody financially. We need to be there for somebody. They need to hear encouraging words. Sometimes they just need you to listen. Sometimes they don't need you to say nothing. Sometimes they need you to sit with them in silence as they commemorate, think about, contemplate. Like Kevin said, sometimes they just need you there. And that's enough. That's therapy enough. That is compassion enough. The giving of that time can be enough. And so I think during this holiday season we struggle with giving time because we have so much to do. Right? We put so much on our plate. But make it a choice of yours this holiday season to put time aside for someone else. I'm not talking about giving them a gift. I'm not talking about doing a white elephant exchange. I'm not talking about going to the club on New Year's Eve. I'm talking about some true quality time to somebody. Give somebody time in whatever fashion they need it. Whether they need you to converse with you about something, whether they need you to listen, whether they need you to just be there for them. Give somebody some time, right? And just and be there for them during this holiday season. Through your own giving, through your own sharing, through your own renewal, through your own love, your own rebirth, right? Um, but just even though some of you that are hurting, and this may be valuable for you too, to give your time. Give your time to somebody who may be going through the same thing as you. Right.
Yeah, and I think that includes people that because there's some people that didn't have anybody perish, right? But they just can't be with that person during the holidays, right? They can't be with those people that they love during the holidays, and they can use you too, right? They can use a open door policy with you, like come here, have Christmas or whatever with us, or like the key thing is to is to not push people away. We'll be more embracing, right? More embracing, more accepting to these people that don't have anybody. They can't go home. I can't fly to California to be in my family, right? I need to be around people that I know care about me and want me to be around, all right? So finding those people also and making sure that um they have somewhere to go, right? They have something to do.
Yeah. So yeah, we just want to encourage everybody to just just think about your brother, your sister to the left and right of you, and make sure this is a joyous holiday for everybody. And for those that is
And
not, then make at least it's a compassionate one.
and to those of you that are, I just want to talk about this. Those of you that are holding grudges, year-old, age-old grudges, who have hate in your heart for somebody wronged you, and um, you just have this pit of anger, frustration with people, and you have a cousin or a sister or a brother that you ain't talked to in years because they wronged you. This is a season to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You can't move forward. You can't move forward without letting it go. Forgiveness is for you. It's not. It's not for that person. You can forgive somebody and they still might not like you. It's not for. It's not for them. You forgive it and let it go for you because you're holding on to this hate and this frustration, and it's done nothing for all this time, all these years, but frustrates you. Um, Being heavy on your mind, we should be thinking about other things about growing in your life, other things growing in your life, but you're so focused on this person has wronged me and I don't like them and I hate them. Hate is so strong. Hate is so strong. Hate is
Mm-hmm.
so heavy. As long as you carry it, you will be slow getting to your destination. You need to get that weight off your back. Forgive them. Let it go. And they might not forgive you. That's on them. They got to answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
You let it go. Get that off your back. Find joy in every situation. And keep moving forward. But this is a time, man, where you gotta let it go. You gotta forgive and let it go. No grudges. You got any grudges out there? Find a way to let it go.
And just, I know we're not the new year yet, but we're getting closer. You can't go into no new year saying new year, new me, carrying in the same baggage, the same hatred, the same. But you're gonna work out. The, you can't go through this process of renewal with the same baggage. And so we're not. But once again, I don't want to be, you know, ran by parade, because that baggage may be due to trauma, and but you need to deal with it. You know, me and Kevin always be advocates of trauma and mental health, and so I just implore everybody to use a season where we got a lot of time off, a lot of time to ourselves and to family, and just and reconcile these things, and if need be, get the help that we need. And like I said, you can always contact the TuVues podcast. We'll always point you in the right direction, talk you through it, counsel you, whatever you need to handle those things. But we can't keep moving forward if we're going to continue to um embrace the baggage. And so this podcast today is a little about everything. Um it's about the compassion, it's about the supporting, it's about going through this season, this dead season. And we just want to give everybody tools and start invoking a mindset of how to traverse through what could be for some a tumultuous season, um, for various reasons.
And man, you said that same New Year, New Me, man. You gotta get to a point, man, where you stop saying that. When you get to the point where
Hmm.
where you start saying, New Year, same me, different trajectory, right? Keep on
It's a
saying
good
every
one.
year, New Year, new me. You got to change every year Come on, man. No. New year, same Kevin, but I'm going up. That's my
Mm-hmm.
look on it, man. Change the saying. New year, same me, different trajectory.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you
I'm
had,
going
but
up.
and with that, and I love that saying. But with that, you had to get to that the point of view that who you are now, and that's why I'm happy where I'm at right now in life.
Comfortable
Like
with
I'm
it.
at the point to where I can say that now. I can say, new, same me, new trajectory. Like like, and so it's about getting to that point. You right though. You have to get to a point to where you stop saying new year, new me. You don't have to be a new you every year. You can't you don't bust out of your cocoon and then go back into your cocoon. Like no, it ain't that's not how that works. Right? You busting out of your cocoon, this is who you are, fly in a different trajectory. Fly to warmer weather. Right? So but in order to do that, you gotta drop that baggage. So it's about dropping that baggage, being supportive, not overextending yourself during the season, financially, mentally, physically. Don't overextend yourself. All right, do what you can. And the people you're doing for, if they can't accept what you're doing the best you can with what you have, then you may want to evaluate who you have around you. And then on top of that, let's be there for the people who need us, right? This season is about others. Let's make that clear because a lot of times, Kev, when we give gifts, let's just be honest. And we can say it till we blue in the face that, oh no, it's not. We give gifts for us, right?
To
We
see people be
a lot of
happy
times you
and
give this to see if we can make somebody. It's about. But if the person you giving a gift is not happy with you giving your best, right, or giving what you're able to, then you need to evaluate who you have around you. And if that's kids, if that's KG and Elijah, I need to evaluate what standards I'm raising you with, right? That's just me. I'm talking about me and my kids. Like you have to evaluate those things during the season because this is a season to support, to love, to give, to care, to share, man. This is about others, but so often this season is about us. Let's be honest. If we want to be real about it, we make these seasons and these holidays about us. So let's flip that. Let's be there for others. Let's uplift one another. And if you can't give anything, give a little bit of time.
just a little
Give a
bit
little
of
bit of time.
time, man. Not much. 30 minutes, hour. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's how we deal with the holidays, man. Love on somebody this month, man.
Yeah.
This dead season, man. Let's love on somebody. Y'all know about we say this all last season, man. Heart posture. Where's your
Yep. I
heart
was
at?
gonna say it.
Where's your heart at,
Where is your
man?
heart?
Like, do you have a heart during this season? People need you. People need your support. People need you just to be there. People just want to know that they're loved, right? And know that they have support. Can you be that?
That's right.
So yeah, man, that's TuVues podcast, man. Dealing with the holidays. Hit us up. Let us know how you deal with holidays. Let us know if you're one of those person that needs support, right? That needs like, man, this is gonna be a rough one for me, KFG, Dr. Davis. I need some love support on this one. Man, I'm telling you,
We
either one
got
of
you.
us, both of us. Man, people that know us know this true. What you need, man? What do you need?
Yeah,
You
we
need me to
got
be
you.
there. You need open door. Come on, man. We'll figure it out together, right? So let us know. Um, never hurt. We'll never turn anybody away. Love hearing from everybody. Comment on the dad jokes. Comment on your top 5 comedians. We know that's gonna vary. All our lists usually vary a lot. Some of this don't vary
Yeah.
at all because if you have some mess on there, we'll tell you got some mess on there. But this one gonna be a very one. Apologize for Bernie Mac not being on my list. I ain't gonna lay that one down. That's a big one. Hey, that Lavelle one too, though, bro.
Yeah,
Lavelle,
the bill.
Lavelle, funny, bro. Lavelle, funny.
Yeah.
That's
So,
another one. I was like,
but I'm glad
he's
we both
probably been
had
on my list
Carlos
too.
Miller, man. I think Carlos Miller is one of the most underrated comedians in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm 100%
I,
agree. Yeah.
I do got one more quick thing though, bro.
Go ahead.
Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best. Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue!
And that's a podcast, people. Don't listen to them. I hope you all turn it off before we get to this part. Hope y'all cut it off before we get to this part. Be happy they finally having a good year and they might do something. I hope it's like when how Stephen A. hate when the Cowboys like he be BB, they gonna lose whenever they get. That's how I be with Michigan. Like, I can't stand them. Where they go? I can't wait till they lose. I can't wait till they lose. Just can't wait.
Jermaine, Nick, Carson, JB. I'm sorry, y'all. 3 years in a row. Go Blue.
I don't care about Ohio State. They can be right where y'all at for all I care. All right, man. That's TuVues podcast. We love y'all, man. We'll be back though before this year over. A few times for this year over, man. With some more podcasts, man. We're gonna end it on the right note. Keep uplifting y'all. Keep covering y'all with some stuff and having fun, man. We just love to have fun. You know how it is.
Love y'all. Love y'all.
TuVues podcast. We up out of here, people.